Clark County Today is presented by Connell Real Estate. Hire an agent, get a team. Learn more by visiting connellrealestate.com.
Welcome back on this amazing Tuesday, Clark County. I'm Jacob Graneman. Let's take a look at our top stories for today. 9 more people tested positive for COVID-19 in Clark County today, bringing the total to 656. That's on top of 17 new cases confirmed Monday. None of today's cases were tied to an outbreak at the Pacific Crest Building Supply in Richfield, which has infected 24 people, including 15 Clark County residents. Perhaps the most concerning number is the rate of hospitalizations, which jumped from just 2 cases late last week to 11 people with confirmed COVID-19 cases in Clark County. Hospitalizations as of today. Still, the number of available hospital beds remains high, with just 55% of available space occupied. There have been no new deaths reported in Clark County since June 5th. One of the most important tools in the fight against COVID-19 is contact notification. That's where the Public Health Institute comes in. We talked to the head of the Tracing Health Initiative, which is working with a number of local governments, including Clark County and Washington County in Oregon, to help quickly bring in people to notify anyone who has been in close contact with a confirmed COVID-19 case. PHI has brought in well over 100 local people to help, most of them bilingual. Our story focuses on what goes into training for becoming a contact tracer and what they do and don't ask people, how the program helps to slow the spread of the virus, so be sure to check out the full story at clarkcountytoday.com. Last week, we told you about a letter Clark County counselors sent to the governor, along with the state federal lawmakers, urging them to look into the alleged withholding of more than $71 million in CARES Act funding distributed to states. The state's Department of Commerce distributed nearly $300 million to local governments with fewer than 500,000 people. Clark County, which falls just under that line, received nearly $27 million. The governor's office points out that was the largest distribution to any municipality, but Clark County Finance Director Mark Gassaway noted that Spokane County, with a population of just 35,000 people larger, received more than 3 times that in their funding. Clark County isn't alone in seeking answers, and the state's congressional delegation intends to get clarification from the federal government soon. A 23-year-old man who was arrested in Ridgefield Sunday afternoon during a protest says his rights were violated, but Police Chief John Brooks says the arrest of John Tudor came after he refused to remain on the sidewalk. Tudor posted videos of the encounter to his Facebook page. Officer Jason Ferris can be seen asking Tudor to move onto the sidewalk for his own safety and that of the drivers passing by. Tudor refuses, and in another video is repeatedly crossing the street in the crosswalk. Brooks says the arrest, which was on a charge of disorderly conduct, was not about restricting Tudor's right to free speech, but rather about keeping the community safe. Brooks says while they support the First Amendment, ignoring the situation would have amounted to a dereliction of duty. Tudor, who has started a GoFundMe to raise money for his legal defense, was cited and released to his father near the scene. Brooks said the department is willing to continue a conversation with Tudor about the incident. The City of Ridgefield's Public Works Department will soon have a new home. The city has been working toward that goal since a 2013 study determined that the city needed an operations center as a home for public works and engineering. Members of the Ridgefield City Council unanimously approved purchase of more than a 4-acre parcel and building at the cost of nearly $4 million. Ridgefield Finance Director Kirk Johnson called it one of the main priorities of the council and said city staff became aware of the commercial property in December 2019 when it was listed for sale. The property is located at 487 South 56th Place in Ridgefield. In addition to the parcel, the property includes a 23,000 square foot warehouse shop and a 5,000 square foot 2-story office building. Closing on the purchase is scheduled to be on or before July 20th. This week, Paul Valencia will be bringing you a 2-part series of Where Are They Now? 2 multi-sport athletes at Clark County High Schools are now doctors. Here's Paul to introduce you to Dr. Christine Saunders and Dr. Sarah Harvey.
Happy Tuesday to you all. Hey, today I'm going to bring you back first to 2007. It was a district championship girls basketball game, one of the greatest atmospheres in Clark County sports this century. Prairie versus Skyview for the district title, and back then, those 2 teams brought a huge crowd. Well, it was an even bigger crowd because there was a boys' game after their game for a district title, so that crowd came in, and by the end of the girls' game in regulation, it was standing room only around the balcony at Heritage High School. Well, the girls' game went double overtime. Prairie prevailed. It was Ashley Corral versus Ashley Smith. But those are not the two people I want to talk to you about right now. We're going to be doing Where Are They Now today and tomorrow. One is on a freshman from Prairie, Christine Saunders, who would win a district championship that night. Well, she is now Dr. Christine Saunders. And the other, a senior from Skyview that night, Sarah Click, well, she's now Dr. Sarah Harvey. That's right, two people from one of the greatest games in Clark County sports history are now doctors. Today, we'll start with Dr. Christine Saunders. She's in San Diego right now, and she says sports helped her become a great teammate, which is what is needed to be a doctor. Back in 2010, I interviewed her for her senior year as a track star at Prairie High School, and I called her doctor throughout the interview because everyone knew that's what she was going to do. Well, now she is Dr. Saunders. Please visit clarkcountytoday.com to read about Dr. Saunders today, and tomorrow, Dr. Harvey.
Seniors at La Center High School had their chance to celebrate an unusual graduation this weekend with nothing short of a parade through town. Dozens and dozens of blue and white adorned vehicles lined the streets, with the parade route stretching through the city's neighborhoods and downtown, and the parade included the police and fire departments. The parade is just one of several smaller or socially distanced events parents of graduates are putting on when they can this summer. On Friday, students picked up their cap and gowns, and many wore them proudly as they rode through town. Many community members and parents also lined the streets, camping out in heavy rain beneath canopies and with heaters to wave and cheer for the graduates of 2020. It's been a roller coaster, that's for sure, said LCHS mom Lori Nelson. Due to COVID-19, many in-person graduations for high schoolers and college graduates have been postponed indefinitely. In La Center, they are hoping for August, but want to give as many opportunities for the graduates to be appreciated and encouraged as possible. Woodland High School is bidding a fond farewell to John Shoup, who is leaving after 22 years as the school's principal. Shoup surprised many in the community when he announced his family intends to relocate to Nevada at the end of the school year. Throughout Shoup's tenure as principal, he helped lead the school staff through many historic events, not only times of crisis, but also in times of great joy, not the least of which being the grand opening of the new high school campus in 2015. Shoup moved his family to Woodland in 1998 from Everett, Washington, and at the time both Woodland and Kalama had principal positions available, but Shoup knew Woodland was the place for him and his family after just one visit. Perhaps even more rare than a principal staying with a school for more than 2 decades is an administrative team staying together for just as long. Dan Ulinot served as Shoup's assistant principal for 20 years, a possible record for an administrative team in Washington State. Shoup and his wife decided on South Reno, Nevada, where they have vacationed regularly and where Shoup's sons live nearby. Shoup, however, says he will always miss Woodland. Well, there's your quick check of the stories we're following for you at clarkcountytoday.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to see when stories are posted and be part of the conversation. You can also send us story ideas and feedback via an email to news@clarkcountytoday.com. For all of us, I'm Jacob Graneman. Thanks for watching. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.